Yeah, so they can hear us right now. We can't hear this. We can't hear this though. For some reason, there's no background music. So it's fucking weird.
They can hear us.
They can hear us. They can definitely.
Well, that's all I care about.
That's the most important.
That's
part.
kind of the big.
Honestly, the intro really, we just use it as an opportunity to. Hello, welcome to the Brew.
Hey, welcome to the Brew, folks.
My name is Tired Tyler, and this is Jeffrey Juggernaut.
And we are a band that's also a game show.
That happens to be a podcast.
And we're just trying to bring a little bit of our life into your
world. My version is put a little bit of our juice into
your mouth.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
It started as I was thinking about we're brewing, and one day everyone's going to drink us. Right now, you're just drinking a little bit of the early brew, but when we're ready, you're going to get first gulps.
It's going to be ripe. It's going to be ripe and rich.
It's a ripe, rich brewing juice.
Have you guys ever heard of, I can't remember what they call it, but it's, I don't know if drug is maybe a strong word for it, but, and maybe this is, somebody tell me if this is an old wives' tale, or, well, maybe like a hyper-modern wives' tale.
I'm ready. I'm ready. And bated breath. Kids
shit and piss in a Folgers can, and then cover it up and leave it in the hot sun.
Jankum!
It's just jankum.
You don't even have to fucking finish your shit, bro. Jankum.
Yeah, so how is it?
I don't...
Should we try Jankum once for the brew?
For the brew?
Yeah.
Okay, here's what next show we're gonna get the shit and piss of all the crowds, of all the entire crowd.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll have a Jankum for each show.
Oh god, I could do my own Jankum, and I could maybe do like my and yours Jankum.
But you couldn't do other.
I don't know if I could do a bunch of strangers Jankums.
Oh jeez.
Jankum really does. When you start saying it, it does sound pretty nasty.
It sounds sexual.
It does. Yeah. Well, it's like jerk it, Jankum, jerkum, Jankum, jerkum.
Right. I feel
jacket.
It. Yeah, jacket. Take off your pants and jacket.
Anyways, we could do something like that. That's pretty brave. I think people would respect that if we did that.
I think people would really like that. It's a little avant-garde.
We're finding out if Jankum is worth it, so you don't have to. If it's not.
A wise man
have to do it.
once told me yesterday that you gotta throw $200 at a bunch of different things just to see if something works. Okay. And you can't just sit and twiddle your thumbs.
Absolutely.
And so we've got to throw $200 at our Jankum.
Was it me high on ketamine?
It wasn't. It wasn't. No. It was my hopefully new mentor.
Oh,
Nick.
Oh, you got a hopefully new mentor?
It's not official, but it feels like that. It feels like I have a new mentor. So that's a really nice feeling.
I love mentors.
It's good. It's just as professional dad.
Yeah. No, it is literally just a professional dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had.
What is happening?
I don't want to talk about it.
Is this your thing that you have to do math to shut it off?
No, I would be doing the math. If it was my alarm that I had to do the math to shut it off, I would be doing.
What is it?
I have a business line that I cannot mute the calls for, and they just have to go through.
So if you mute the calls, it's like, oh, call not answered.
I cannot make the sound go away. There's no way for me to make the sound go away.
Wait, so where is this
it's
listed?
It's GoDaddy. It's like through my website. My website has like a business phone number.
That way you don't have your personal.
Well, and that way, other than basically being on the brew or like something really chaotic happening in my life, like I could be like in the middle of a video game, I would pick it up. I could be in the middle of like anything other than like extremely high stakes.
It's a categorizer.
It's a categorizer.
Nice.
This is a priority. This is a client. Money.
Yeah.
Money.
But right now,
money.
This is a priority.
Oh,
we're here with you.
We're here with you, and that's why I shoved it between my fucking legs.
You will need to give us money
squeezed.
though now
You
because
do. I did.
He really wanted
I did
the distance
sacrifice
for
some
you,
money.
So
I am gonna let everyone know that we're live, and so I'm so sorry for all of you non-existent viewers that I'm
Did you forget to send the text?
We are live.
We're live, baby. And I'm gonna read a little bit of news for you because that's one of the things we do here on the Brew with Brotherwife. The Bro with Brotherwife.
The Bro with Brotherwife.
Limo company operator sentenced to 5 to 15 years for manslaughter in crash that killed 20. Could you imagine accidentally killing? And my favorite thing about this entire thing so far is his fucking face.
That is not a guy that just killed 20 people.
Dude, this is a guy that is having a rough fucking day at work.
Well, I feel like that's a guy who just found out that even though his
Look at this man.
His neighbor said that he wasn't dumping his lawn clippings into his like bush. Mm-hmm. He found out his neighbor was dumping his lawn clippings.
And he's like, what are you gonna do? I mean, I've already talked to him in person. Why does he keep dumping these lawn clippings?
Yeah.
Dude, it really sucks. Naman Hussain, I am so sorry. He ran the limousine company involved in Oh, and it was at a 2018 crash. This happened several years ago. They're just not getting to the bottom of it.
Heard it from us first, though. Still, probably.
Yeah, you did.
Maybe not. You heard about you heard something from us first.
I see. Yeah, he ran the limousine company, and let's get into it.
So did he crash?
So he was found guilty. 20 counts of second-degree manslaughter. That's all your fingers and toes.
I wonder what that's all your fingers and toes. He literally, if he gets one more,
he won't even be able to count them.
He won't be able to count them on his fingers and toes anymore.
Jesus.
That's where we draw the line.
Holy shit.
That's where an accident is an accident, but when you break countable on fingers and toes for manslaughters, you should just be put down. It's not a statement about the person, it's just a statement about their luck. Absolutely. They have bad enough luck, they're dangerous to keep around. Yeah. We can't keep people that accidentally kill more than 20 folks.
We need to have this world spin in a net positive direction.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm
saying. And that involves killings. Killings of accidental manslaughter.
I'd rather 20 guys that were about to kill 20 people die than 20 people. Absolutely. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I don't care.
Do the math really quick.
This is the face of degrading society.
This is the face of accidental evil.
Accidental.
Oh! Carl just told me about a really cool term, and I want to name our tour. I want to name our first tour it.
Okay.
So, when a building site has like a bunch of equipment lying around, like you know how they always fence it off.
Sure.
But like. Once they fence it off, they're like, "Fuck it, we'll leave a jackhammer here. Here's a big fucking rig. Here's a crane. Here's a crane.
It's fenced off."
That is called, if they don't fence it off, they call it an attractive nuisance, and it means that it attracts people. It's like we can't blame the people. You left this stuff out. Who's not gonna go fuck with a jackhammer at 2 a.m. when they're blackout drunk? For one.
That is on you.
That is on you.
You are the one with the culpability here, sir.
And so I just think it would be such
attractive
a fucking
nuisance
cool
tour.
Yeah, the attractive nuisance
really
tour.
like that.
Isn't that like
really,
it
really
felt
like
when I thought of it? I was like, this is it.
Attractive nuisance.
Yeah, the attractive
Brotherwife
nuisance
2024 attractive nuisance tour.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Ah, fuck yeah.
The limousine was driving down a stretch of road when it barreled through an intersection and it crashed into a parked Toyota Highlander in the town of Shahari, about 40 miles west of Albany. All 17 passengers, the driver, and 2 pedestrians were killed in the crash. Wait. Oh, the driver of the Highlander who was parked.
No, the driver of the limousine died too. Hussein was in charge of day-to-day operations for the company, Prestige Limousine, when a group celebrating a 30th birthday rented a stretch Ford Excursion SUV. The limo had failed an inspection by the state Department of Motor Vehicles
1 month before the deadly crash, and the driver did not have the appropriate driver's license to be operating the vehicle, even, officials said at the time.
Oh.
Wow. A National Transportation Safety Board investigators in 2020 found that one of the brakes was not operational. That's a heavy load. 17 people plus a driver?
17 people plus a driver.
Jesus. Okay. After he was found guilty, Hussein's lawyers said that they plan to appeal the verdict. He chose profit over people, prosecutor said at his sentencing hearing. Before sentencing, his lawyer said Hussein would not speak due to the pending appeal.
See, when I read he was in charge of day-to-day operations, I was like, oh, this poor guy. And then when I read that the thing was unlicensed, I was like, well, I get it. It's hard to run a business. And then when I read that the driver didn't have the proper certifications, I was like, that's a little risque. And then when I read that it had failed an inspection, I was like, oh, Hussein, this is not very good. And then when they said that one of the brakes was not operational.
This is your face when they say one of the brakes was not operational.
That face went. I forgot about.
Wait, here. Can you make it? I'm gonna.
Can I make?
Yeah, can you make the face? This guy. That's pretty good. Puff up your cheeks a little bit more.
I can't make it.
Yeah. Okay. See, you didn't kill fucking 17 people in the back of a limo.
At least nobody knows about it. At least I'm not on the news about it. I can say that for sure.
Oh my gosh!
You can't say without a doubt that I.
Oh, it was an Escalade limo too.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. I mean, okay.
God damn! I just wanna. That is a real fucking modern horror scene. Cause you know what? All 17 of them didn't die immediately. Like 12 of them died immediately,
Oh, no.
and 5 of them were like, fucking shoulder bone stuck into the throat.
They were like just
looking
affixed
over
to one of the fucking little tiny things they were seeing their entire
and you don't like just invite strangers into your limo with you. You're like, this is the whole posse. Like a community,
the entire crew
was devastating.
Well, and normally in a limo's got 5 or 6 people. Who has got 17 like this was a fucking vital like community.
This was something big. Something big was going on. Yes. Was it a wedding? Was it a wedding?
Sure. They don't say.
Oh my god! If it was a wedding.
God damn. I mean, hey, they went out.
I'm imagining it was a wedding and the bride was taking a separate vehicle, so the groom didn't see her.
Oh.
And so just her husband and everybody single person she loves dies.
Yeah. And then there was this guy's plan because he wanted to fuck her. Oh. He wanted to fuck the bride.
Oh, Hassan's trying to fuck.
So he's like, listen. Yeah. I'm gonna do what I can. I'm Machiavellian.
So maybe that face is actually not the face of a man who's completely disappointed.
It's the man that was like, hey,
he's like 5 to 15.
You're gonna win some. You're gonna lose some.
She's still gonna be pretty fresh.
Yeah, she's 25 right now.
Yeah, 40. Yeah.
No, I'll get her on the way out.
I'll get her on the way out. I'll get her on the way out.
It's good.
17 people. Gravity shifts. I mean, when you hit like that, gravity just goes from downward directed to 100% this way directed and 5 times more strong.
Yeah.
So you're just the floor becomes the wall and the wall becomes the floor.
I'd like to imagine they were listening to the window
to the wall. Boom. Fuck. Uh-oh. Literally to the wall.
We made a mistake.
17 bodies. And I mean, and the floor in one of those things is about the size that you see this screen right here. That's probably what the floor became. About this big. 17 bodies traveling at like 38 miles per hour. Just packing that space.
I wanted one of them to have died kind of like comically, like some of the ice like fell into their mouth. They choked on the ice. Actually, they would have survived.
They were fine.
They were totally good. Yeah. There was like they landed on all the other bodies, so the bodies cushioned them basically.
Sure.
Didn't we just read something about that where like there were all these children and like one child was like underneath all these other children, so it was able to survive? Was that me and you? I just heard about this. One child survived underneath a body of other children. And that's just smart tactics.
That is good tactics.
That child is a tactician.
Good tactics.
Yeah.
We did read a story about
a boy in a sand dune.
A boy in a sand dune. He did not make it out. The sand dune tried to protect him, but the sand dune could not pull it off.
The ocean shore.
Ocean shore reported. Yeah. No, there was a guy in Ukraine that covered his son's body. Yeah. Making me
later.
Feel. Yeah. No. When I no. Oh.
We didn't talk about it.
Maybe we didn't talk about it. Maybe I saw it.
I would have noticed if this motherfucker cried.
Yeah, I don't know.
First cry on the brew, that'd be big.
Ooh.
We had one
I'm
spit
about
take.
To start getting a lot more cry. I just quit Wuz Brewin yesterday.
Hey.
Yeah, so your boy's about to get hyper emotional and super fucking man.
I want to go back through our catalog of 25 episodes and do a Wuz Brewin tally.
Do you want to know 60% of the reason that I quit taking Wuz Brewin is because I've been watching progressively through all of the brews and was like, oh fuck.
Wait, really?
My soul has changed. Yeah, I'm dead serious.
Wait, actually?
60% of the reason that
I think your soul's just fine, buddy.
It's not.
What's been going on with your soul?
I was fresh as fuck at the beginning of the brew.
You're still fresh.
I'm pretty fresh, but I just quit. I just slowed down like 2 weeks ago. So the last 3 brews I've been like coming
That's
back.
funny. I feel like we're our own harshest critics. I mean, some brews hit, some brews don't, like with any production.
It's not about that. It's like it has been able to hit when I'm on the Busby, but it's like what it really is seeing the amount of joy that I can experience when it does hit, and just feeling like how much like I wrote a song last night. I got inspired, and like at 1 a.m. I was like, you know what, fuck it, I need sleep, but I'm gonna fucking write this song. I'm fucking on one. I got it. I'm so excited to show you. You're gonna fucking love it.
Nice.
It's called Addict Again. At it again. I'm at it again.
Did you go to the show last night?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This one of the things you might not know about Tyler is he is one of the most excitable, like, transference magnets.
Yeah.
He would, no matter what it is, he will just he's like Kirby. You're like a Kirby with energy.
Dude!
You literally...
Bro, I feel like that's like maybe the most apt thing ever. I kind of want to get Kirby tattooed on
Turby?
my... Turby.
Our boy
Turby, because Tyler.
TT Kirby.
TT Kirby.
Yeah, no, it's a great thing, you know?
Yeah, well, when I watch, like, a good psychological thriller or something, it's, like, the same thing. I'm gonna go right. Like, the soundtrack, I'm like, the soundtrack on there was so good.
Like, Jay, we need to write a psychological thriller in the next 6 months.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's completely like that. It's a blessing.
Yeah.
It's also a curse.
It's also a curse. Sometimes it does affect the people, but I tried to make sure that, you know, it's like it can be annoying sometimes, but like you're really experiencing it. So like, why would I yuck your yum?
Well, and thank you. I love that term. By the way, guys. I want, you know, like, don't tread on me. I want to get Don't Yuck My Yum t-shirt. Can we make that? That's a good one.
That's a good one. Okay, Brotherwife, don't yuck my yum.
Don't yuck my yum. We're not libertarians. We're just fucking social deviants.
But they have some good values.
They do. Actually, in a lot of ways, I am a libertarian. What I actually am is a fascist. But barring a good fascist leader, I'm a libertarian.
The thing about the libertarian message is they are not for either party, so you feel like it's somewhat impartial. Sure. But it does get a little bit like
gets hairy at the
simplified, where they're just like, I don't know, you know, we'll figure it out. One of the arguments is like, well, who's gonna make the roads? And then this one podcast I was listening to one time is like, well, what if the government provided shoes? Like, don't you think we'd all figure out how to make shoes? And it's like, yes, that would be a thing, but we can't just have all this like pie in the sky. Like, we'll figure it out.
There's a big difference between a pair of shoes and paving
and the way that we
2,100
and
miles
then if a company has a private road, I mean, like, I think Oprah has like a road in like the Hilo Island, and
you want to know how they would do it.
How would they do it?
They would find out everybody that lives near the road, and they would charge them. But it turns out that's taxation.
That's literally what
it's literally taxation.
Okay, can I go on a little fucking rant right now?
Yeah, go on a rant, baby. Get juiced.
What I fucking cannot stand.
He can't stand it.
Is when there is a motherfucking pay, not toll, but fast lane. Over in the east side, there's all these pay fast lanes, and it's fucking ridiculous. Yeah. It's so unethical.
Yeah.
It's the most fucked up thing I can think of. It's like, oh, okay, we already take all of your taxes for these public works. Yeah. We already just like make you fucking go into all of this litany of this rigmarole that you as a taxpayer have to go throughout. And, you know, we provide these services. But if you want to pay a little extra, you can go a little faster.
Well,
I'm late to my orthodontist! It's very expensive. I'd rather pay that than you. Come on.
Fuck that shit.
I'm sick of it. It's it's literally, it's not evil, but what is it? It's more than ethical. It's not evil, but what is it?
Well, it is definitely against our values. Our base tenets are supposed to be as like, and when I say liberal, I don't mean liberal. I mean like actual like liberalism. Like the core foundation of liberalism is that each individual is equal. Each individual has a measurable value. Each individual has inalienable rights.
Equal, right? Yeah.
Right? We all created
exactly.
Equal. But then you have shit like criminalized poverty, right? And then you have shit like paying for the fast lane.
Oh, you just mean like just like being penalized for being poor,
exactly.
Like all that whole thing.
So yeah, everybody has equal rights except for the people who have more rights because they can pay for them.
Literally.
Oh, wait! They're not rights. Those ones aren't.
Those aren't rights. Those are privileges.
Those
are privileges because they have a substrate to actually be able to
bail.
Have that.
Oh, you can pay for bail. Well, then your body doesn't have to be detained inside of a prison. But that's not a right. That's not a right. Yeah. That's not a right.
You can actually provide capital, and that actually does a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's a right. I mean, people should have the right to pay capital in order to prevent their bodies from being.
I mean, we don't want to be unjust. We wouldn't want to be unjust. The first thing we try to make sure is we're not being unjust.
Absolutely,
because we care about you.
And then look at the success rates of court-appointed lawyers versus high-powered attorneys that cost $50,000.
What is the success rate of court-appointed lawyers? I don't know.
It's awful. Basically, everyone just takes a plea deal.
Really?
I mean, court-appointed lawyers are just almost always like...
So it's just a dog and pony show.
It's just a dog and pony show. It's smoke and mirrors. And the way that they do it is super fucking savage, too. And they make it make sense for a court-appointed attorney to tell people to take the plea deals, because here's the deal. Like, I, for example, know
like, you're going to get fucked no matter what.
I know a possum that had what I consider a really, really fucked up charge put against them. And one that's like, it sticks with you for a long time and it really fucks your life up.
Yeah.
And the guy... It didn't really happen. It didn't happen the way that it happened, and there shouldn't have been any charge at all. But he could have accepted this charge that basically, ruined his fucking life.
Accepted, even though it didn't happen.
So
erroneously accept the plea deal.
And gone to jail for up to 9 months.
Okay.
Or he could have fought it, and if he got a guilty charge, he could have gone for 15 years.
So it's like, why the fuck would you ever roll those dice?
With a court-appointed attorney.
Why the fuck
when
would
you're
you
a
ever roll
fucking
those
19-year-old with $200 in your savings account?
Oh my god.
So try and tell me that fucking poverty isn't criminalized.
I get scared sometimes.
Because there's the thing that we're talking about is kind of the same kind of thing that like except a much lower degree of this, and also it didn't happen.
Right.
But like Epstein shit. It's like but look at you know, we don't need to go all the way down the rabbit hole, but
but it is
there
crazy.
There are people in power that engaged in sex acts with fucking children.
And it's literally on flight logs, but it's totally fine?
There are people in power. I just want to look at the camera one more time and say there are people in power today that have engaged in sex acts with children.
Kept it on the DL. And then it got brought to light, and then it's like, we love that guy. Love that guy.
They got a lot of money.
Yeah.
They got a lot of money, and they supported policies that empowered corporations.
I remember, there's all kinds of NFL players that this happens to, actors, but there was one NFL player that was driving from one condo in Florida to the other condo in Florida and hit a 50-year-old man. And he ended up having 22 months in jail or something, or so maybe even less. It was so insane.
Yeah.
He just killed a man, and I think it was Dante Stallworth. Everyone look up Dante Stallworth. I don't know if he was drunk, but I just remember the way that I felt. I just remember being like, okay, if this was DeAndre Stalingrad, just a normal gentleman, not Dante Stallworth.
DeAndre Stalingrad.
Maybe not the best.
Just a normal gentleman. DeAndre Stalingrad is responsible for 500,000 deaths in
there was no DeAndres back then. There weren't. And if they weren't on the fucking side of the Nazis.
Yeah, they were. I don't know. They were on the side of something though.
They were on the side of something.
Just really quick though, I do want to calculate. So you kill 20 people, and you get 5 to 15 years. You kill one guy. He got how long? 22 months.
Let me look it up really quick.
Because that's a pretty good trade-off. 22 months times 2, that's almost 2 years. If he would have killed 20 people, he would have gone to jail for 40 years. So DeAndre...
Sorry, my bad. Sorry. 30-day sentence.
Okay.
It wasn't 22 months. 30-day sentence. Cleveland Browns wide receiver Dante Stallworth began serving a 30-day sentence Tuesday for killing a pedestrian while driving drunk in Florida. A punishment made possible by his cooperation with investigators and the fervent wish by the victim's family to put the matter behind them.
What the fuck?
I bet they really just wanted to be altruistic and put it behind him for the millionaire wide receiver. Yeah. They probably didn't receive a kickback or anything. That would be super weird if they received a kickback. That would be
super weird if they got paid $800,000.
There's corruption out there, folks. It's a dirty, dirty world, and there are people looking to drunk drive hit you at every turn. So I'm gonna tell you one thing right now, get a fucking guap. Because you are going to need to protect yourself if you are the drunk driver, and you're going to need to pass a little something along to your kids in the case that you do get hit.
There's a strong case that several mob individuals have made, and they said, dead people don't testify, right?
They sure don't,
Dead people do not testify. If you hit someone, and this is not, we're not condoning violence here.
We would never condone that.
Condone violence.
We just want to make sure that you have a good subset of knowledge.
Understand the efficiencies of being a famous quarterback. Now, if that man had a gun and he had hit the pedestrian, well, he died. This doesn't work. We need a pedestrian that didn't die. If you plug them, then they won't plug you back.
It's just really simple. Plug them, bag them, sink them.
Absolutely.
Easy.
Plug them, bag them, sink them.
In that same vein, Mexico police find 45 bags containing body parts matching characteristics of missing call center staff.
Now, when they say staff, that makes me think quite a few people.
Yeah, Mexico police find 45 bags containing body parts matching characteristics of missing call center staff.
Ooh, really quick. John's got a nice comment. Life through the eyes of a rich person. You can't park there. The sign says no parking. Rich person's answer is no. It just costs $200.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, that's so true.
And that's a nice.
I've never thought about it like that.
Mellow version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just costs $200. Yeah, that makes me sad.
Yeah.
I don't know why that literally made me a little sad. I have less energy now.
Well, the thing is,
I want to have the parking spot.
I don't know if I necessarily believe...
I'll pay $2.
I don't know if I necessarily believe in, and again, when I say liberal, I don't mean like the current liberal party, but I mean like the philosophy, like the political ideology of liberalism. Yeah. I don't know if I necessarily believe that, because like I don't think that each life is immensely valuable. But what happens is when you propagate an ideal as strongly as like the West has propagated liberalism, and again, foundational liberalism, not modern liberalism, when you propagate that ideal to the degree that you have, and then you exist with a system that is so fucking obviously not following that ideal while still espousing the ideal openly,
you can't do both in the same breath,
and canceling and destroying people who don't follow it unless they're fucking rich and powerful enough, there's a little bit of dysphoria.
It hurts.
It hurts.
It literally
There's a little
hurts.
bit of dysphoria. You can smell that it's fucking
I mean,
bullshit.
not to use the term, but it's just like this mass gaslighting. It's literally like, no, this is what we believe. These are our professed values. This is what we stand for. And we're going to just, at every term, just completely violate that.
Yeah.
To the point where it doesn't have any holiness. And you don't know what the fuck you believe, stand for, what you're supposed to have as a fellow
Tune in for
citizen.
the Super Bowl on Tuesday, and that'll excite you enough that you'll get drunk
and watch
about it.
fucking Love is Blind. Okay, 45 bags containing human remains with characteristics matching 7 missing call center staff have been discovered in a ravine in a suburb of Guadalajara, according to a state prosecutor office in Jalisco. What say you, TT?
Why 45 bags? Why not optimize here, folks?
That's a lot of bags.
Why not 5 big bags?
I mean, are we trying to
Are we trying to
kill
cut down
people
on plastic
and pollute the earth? I mean, if you're gonna do a misgiving,
why not 5
one
big
misgiving
bags?
at a time?
Yeah,
that's what
exactly,
I say. I mean, holy shit. The Jalisco State Prosecutor Office investigating the death site, it was preliminary information that the body parts matched the physical characteristics of some of the young people missing, employees of the call center. So here's a missed opportunity by CNN. I definitely would have said young people in the title.
Oh, sure.
If you want to really get that clickbait, I would have for sure said matching
missing
young, hot, sexy people.
Young, hot, sexy
Young,
teens.
hot Latinas.
Young, hot Latinxas.
Latinxas, exactly.
Latinxas.
You want to get all
encompassing. It is Latinx. We did learn that it is Latinx.
We did learn that it's Latinx. 7 call center employees were reported missing between May 20th and the 22nd in the metropolitan area of Guadalajara in western Mexico. Prosecutors said they found the human remains inside bags thrown on a lot with a very steep slope. Lazy burying.
Lazy burying, and 2... what was the call center really doing?
That's what I was wondering.
What was the call center really doing?
What was the call? If they're call center is so vague.
If they're working for AT&T, fucking giving troubleshooting advice on cell phones, there's not 7 of them getting fucking murdered.
Yeah, no, this is a call center / acid barrel emporium.
Exactly. Something deeper is going on happening. Here. You don't just kill 7 young hot teens.
Forensic science is working with the family of the missing to determine the identification of the human remains. The county has been troubled by an epidemic of disappearances, with more than 100,000 Mexicans and migrants still missing.
That's a really distressing number.
Imagine you go to a fucking football game. It's more than that, people.
It's more than
It's about twice the size of the fucking football stadium.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
So I'm imagining Mexico has the job site safety signs that say it's been 24 days since a job site injury.
Yeah.
They just have somebody whose full-time job it is to basically every 60 seconds be it's been 60 seconds since somebody's been kidnapped in Mexico.
Right. It's how do you even keep track of that? You have to be whoa. Okay, so as I was reading the story, it had a link to an epidemic of disappearances. So I wanted to read a little bit more, what's going on with these disappearances. So more than 100,000 people have been missing in the country. 4 Americans kidnapped in Mexico were found in days. So hats off to the boys in blue. I take back everything we just said 20 minutes ago
about
you got us out of Mexico, and that's huge.
You got us out of Mexico.
I mean, we got Lativia Washington McGee, Eric Williams, Shahid Woodward, and Zindel Brown were kidnapped last week in Mexico. These folks just trying to have a good time. I mean, they're trying to have a good time. And they get snatched by the fucking Mexican chupacabras. And that does not feel good.
The chupacabras has definitely got to be a sports team down there somewhere.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They were traveling.
The Guadalajaran chupacabras.
It's a dangerous border out there, folks. So if you're going to go to Mexico... I
think there's just fine areas and really, really, really not fine areas.
Well, the border. I think the border is specifically fucked.
It's a good idea to fly. I will be honest, man. When we every time we drove through fucking what's the main border city?
Tijuana.
Every time we drove through TJ, I was not having
a good time.
Like I was like super stoked I had a pit bull, and I was really sad I didn't have a gun.
Yeah.
Like that's.
I came through Nogales when I went, and it wasn't. No. So I went in Agua Pareda actually, because Nogales is the bad one. Agua Pareda is the good one. In order for me to walk into Mexico, they didn't stamp my passport. They barely had any sort of like field test. Everybody had to press a button, and if the button was green, you were good to go, and if the button randomly was red, they had to search your bag for like 30 seconds. That was their only. Their only measure of safety for Mexico. It was fucking insane. What are you? What are you doing here? This man's texting on the Brew.
I'm texting for the Brew on the Brew.
This man's texting on the Brew. I mean, how am I supposed to live with this as a co-host, folks?
You're supposed to carry the fucking show.
I wanted to carry the show, but then I was like, the better thing would be to call you out.
Okay, well, thank you for calling me out.
Of course. No,
thank you for calling me out.
I saw you on WhatsApp. I knew that you were doing that.
You knew that I was doing it. So you're just railroading me for the good folks at home.
I'm just railroading for the good. This is all about entertainment.
Do
you not want to be entertained? Do you want a little? Comment below if you think a 1.5-year-old should wear a coat in the winter in the dead.
I'm not gonna engage with this, because if I do, it's gonna ramp up really quickly.
We had our first fight on the Brew. I did listen back. I came at you a little hard.
You listened back?
I came at you joking a little. I came at you incredulously. That's what I came at you.
Yes, you did.
So it wasn't like coming at you hard, but I came at you. He's touching his face, folks. That's a classic sign of uncomfortability. Here's a little thing for you. When someone touches their nose or touches their face, they're lying or they're uncomfortable.
Yeah. I know a couple people who literally just do this all the time.
Really?
And I'm like, bro.
You're a bad person.
Xanax, bro.
Oh, because they're so anxious
all the time. Yeah.
Sure. No, that makes sense.
I'm going to save it for off the Brew, but I'm going to harpoon you to this back. Actually, I should just do it on the Brew.
Yeah, no.
I should definitely do it on the Brew. I'd love to. No, we're all good.
Oh.
I'd love to, before I die, harpoon someone to something.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A criminal or a non-criminal? You want to be an innocent person?
I don't think so. I mean, if things go really bad the next couple of years, maybe I'll get dark enough that I want to hurt innocence.
I could see it.
I'd like to do it to somebody that's bad, I think. But really, I mean, honestly, really, I just want to do it.
Yeah.
It would be. It's like.
What is it about you? Is it about them sticking to the wall?
Yeah.
Okay, and then the blood coming down.
And it's like, just that impact, like to the wall, and then the douche, and I don't know. There's just something beautiful about that.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I don't think they would just like statically die. I think they'd probably like their skin and shit would start like tearing, and they'd be like writhing and wiggling. No, they'd be like trying not to cut themselves in half.
Yeah.
Which would be pretty wild.
It would be pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just
should we do it on our next stream?
It's a bucket list. It's just a bucket list item. I mean,
just find someone who's suicidal and say that we'll take care of their dog. You know?
And then we just harpoon the dog.
We harpoon the dog.
They're not even dead yet. We just harpoon the dog too.
They can't do anything. They're stuck on the wall, and we're fucking rigging up the dog to be harpooned. Oh no.
We're not good people.
Oh, we're not. We never claimed to be. No charges after man shoots Indianapolis child service dog.
No charges after man shoots
Indianapolis child service dog. A service dog was shot to death in southeast Indianapolis last week, and the shooter is not expected to face charges due to local animal control ordinances.
So when I hear shot to death, I always think that's more than
how many shots?
How many shots?
Yeah.
How many shots are we talking?
The dog was a 10-year-old Labrador. Oh my God. The dog was a 10-year-old black Labrador retriever named Clyde.
This is starting to feel like a hate crime.
Two funny things. I think it's funny that they mentioned the dog was black.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but
Clyde is just hilarious.
It's Clyde.
A black Labrador retriever named
Clyde was unloaded a clip upon.
Yeah, unloaded a clip upon.
The Mills family got the registered service dog primarily for their son, Mason, who has autism.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit, Mason, I am so fucking sorry. He goes everywhere with him, whether he's riding a bike, playing with his hoverboard, playing with his friends. The dog's right there, said Heather Mills, Mason's mother. Dog even gets on the trampoline at 10 years old. God, that's a good dog.
Oh, looks like a great dog, too. Show the good folks at home. That looks like a really good dog.
This literally looks exactly like my family dog that I had for 10 years. Gypsy.
Gypsy didn't die on the pool, right?
Gypsy did not die on the pool, but I do have
some questions about how she died.
I have a story to tell you actually about Gypsy after this, and you are gonna not like it, and all you folks at home are not gonna like it.
Nobody's gonna like it unless you're the guy who shot this dog 10 times.
Okay, so late in the afternoon of May 25th, wow, this just happened a week ago. Mason and Clyde were playing in exactly a week today. We're playing in front of the family's home. On the surveillance video, Mason can be seen kneeling on a hoverboard in the driveway, going in circles. Clyde is visible in the front yard behind the driveway. A man is seen walking down the sidewalk, crossing that driveway, heading in the direction of the yard where Clyde is. After the man clears the driveway, it appears he and the unleashed dog see each other. Clyde, moving in the direction of the man, becomes obscured by an SUV parked in the driveway. The dog comes back into view when he has passed the SUV. A neighbor who witnessed the incident said the dog was barking. The man then turns toward the approached dog and reaches into his belt. It appears the dog and the man are 1.5 to 2 feet apart. Clyde's front paws are on the side of the sidewalk while the man is on the other side. The man then reaches forward with a gun and fires one shot. Clyde drops immediately. The fired round struck the dog in the head. Jesus. The police department and animal care control responded to the 911 call. The neighbor said it was a senseless and reckless and heartbreaking act. The dog was a really friendly dog. The man who shot the dog said that he had felt threatened. He was a large dog, not confined by a fence or pen. The dog was also not monitored or on a leash or restraint or attended by a competent person. That's
so basically, if the son wouldn't have been autistic, they would have.
Yeah.
Well, if
Right, but the
Can I say the R word once? Can I say the R word once?
Damn.
Now they said 10-year-old boy. Oh no, 10-year-old service dog.
Yeah, 10-year-old service dog, little boy.
Let's plug it on Facebook.
God, that's the man. That's the man right there. He was a tiny little man.
He was a tiny little man, but with a very big
That's
dog.
him. That's him lifting the dead dog's head up after he murdered it.
He kissed it once.
He kissed it once and said, "Good night, sweet prince."
Good night, sweet prince. Exactly.
God damn. Clyde. Autistic 12-year-old boy needs a new service dog.
Wait.
Okay, wait.
How much money does it take to get a new service
I don't know
dog?
if it's 15 fucking grand, Mills family.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what? I don't want to plug this shit anymore.
31.51.
I like to imagine that this dog was getting like long in the tooth, so they hired a guy to shoot it. They knew the local laws. They're like, we can do the grifts.
Yeah.
That would be
honestly,
savvy. That would be
tragedy
savvy.
grifts. That would be savvy.
That would be savvy.
I would have to also say that's slimy too, but it's definitely savvy.
62 donations.
How long has this been up?
$3,000.
David Fricker, $500
one day ago. Wow, David Fricker.
David Fricker?
Fucking
what the fuck kind of name is that?
Fricker.
He does. Well, I just Fricker.
What's the top? Oh, he's the top donation. David Fricker is the top donation of $500. Then you've got Anonymous with $300, Anonymous $100,
Can
a bunch of
we do a quick
Anonymous.
check on who the fuck David Fricker is?
I'm gonna look him up.
David Fricker.
I'm gonna look him up.
Let's plug David Fricker, and I don't mean I mean with a gun. I mean plug him.
I see David Stricker, who's the president and owner of First Midwest Financial.
Oh, David Fricker. Wow, he's a handsome.
Yeah.
He's a confident, handsome man.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I fucking want this guy to be my mentor.
I want to see his wife.
Holy shit.
I know he has got a banging wife.
I could see him as gay. I could see him as gay with a big burly husband.
Really?
Yeah. Like, he looks like this in the photo, but actually his mannerisms are a little bit different.
Okay.
I'm just saying, you know? Because look at the eyes.
He's seen some shit, actually.
He actually has seen some shit.
He's seen some shit, yeah. He's one of the ones that survived, like, really serious trauma as a kid and overcame it.
Absolutely.
Instead of becoming a drug addict.
You know, I'm going to go ahead and follow him on LinkedIn.
Okay, we're following David Stricker on LinkedIn.
So we will give you guys updates.
We did not find David Fricker.
We did not find David Fricker, unfortunately. But
Fricker.
If you want to donate, you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to
yourself because we're not plugging this shit.
We're not plugging it.
This is a grift.
We're not plugging it.
This is a fucking grift.
Fuck this grift.
Let's actually start a fund for the
guy.
Yeah.
I want that guy to have a service dog and like walk through the neighborhood with his service dog. I don't know.
Okay.
He's got his service dog. He's got 2 fucking holstered guns.
Yeah.
He grabs the guns and fucking starts firing.
There can be only one. It's fucking. It's service dog Highlander.
And they're squirt guns. He's like, what? I'm just enjoying the summer. Oh my god. Can you guys just freaking calm down.
Oh my god.
At least 3. Okay, wait. I have a story.
Okay.
My dog, Gypsy, that looked exactly like that beautiful black Labrador, she was my trusted dog, my trusted companion from the ages of 5 to like 15.
Okay.
And we, you know, slept in the same bed. When my dad was yelling at me, she would like bark at him. Like, she was like my fucking dog. You know, it was a family dog, but like I grew up with her.
Would have been a way sadder life without that dog.
Oh, 1000%. And she was, I remember I'd go like this, and she'd jump up and give me a hug.
Oh,
that was our little thing. She was the best dog.
That's fantastic.
Gypsy had a couple, litters of puppies. She had 3 litters of puppies throughout.
Damn, okay.
Yeah. The last litter of puppies, she was like, so at this point she was like 10, 11 years old. Older dog, you know. Like
Still
that's like
popping out pups.
We had a yard. There was an acre that we were renting a house. Did not have a fence. So Gypsy at one point like left, and like she was such a well-behaved dog. Like, she traveled with us in the Navy, so she knew all these environments, and she like knew like my house is my home base. She left for some reason, and then came back, and my mom was like, "Oh, it's because she's in heat." So she must have like left. So then my mom calls her friend who has a pit bull, and for some reason the two of them decide to like make puppies. I don't know. So then my mom literally ties my dog to our outdoor fence right next to our hot tub that worked sometimes because it was not a good rental, and it literally, and then we brought her friend Angie's fucking pit bull, and they didn't get along, by the way. Actually, they actually got in a fight at one point, and it's making me sad to talk about it. But my mom just literally assisted in the rape of my dog, and my dog was like turning her head and like growling, and my mom was like, "No, Gypsy, like you let it happen. Like you've been out there in the neighborhood giving it to all these other stray dogs. You're gonna fuck this dog if you want to fuck." Like my mom was sexually abused too. So I wonder like what kind of weird transference of trauma was happening. But I'm literally in the fucking 7th grade and I'm watching.
So you're like right at the cusp where you're like, maybe I should punch my mom and stop this.
I didn't really. I was just kind of like, well, you know, fucking, what are you gonna do? It was a long burn for me until I really realized how fucked up it was.
So in the moment you didn't. In the moment you were like, this is kind of weird.
I wasn't like, yeah, Gypsy, fucking stay there. But I was just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go play Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. I don't really want to be a part of this.
I'm not vibing on this.
Yeah, so then, anyway, she had puppies, and then she freaked the fuck out and, like, I think tried to, like be rough with one of her puppies, and long story short, she left, never came back, died in a ditch somewhere. Because she got fucking puppy litter raped by my mom, and then, like, 3 months later was like, I'm out. I can't. Sorry. Love you guys.
Did you guys find her eventually?
Never found her. My childhood dog just got raped, had weird puppies she didn't like, and then just left. And then we got a dog that looked just like her, that was a guy that had a big old dick and balls. And my mom was kind of like, oh, right?
And you were like,
and it was like I think his name was actually Max. And he was just like this, I mean, he was like a...
Did you not have him for that long?
We got rid of him because he wasn't a very good dog. But
I always worry about, like, when I had the first pet.
It was fucked. It was really fucked.
That made me feel gross.
Yeah.
That made me feel gross.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing.
You're very welcome. Hey, that's what we do here on the Brew.
That's what we do.
It's kind of part of the production, making you feel something.
Feel something. So
you got something?
Well, just I always worry about, like, you know, the first dog turned out a good dog. I always worry, like, with Max, I had so much time to spend with him when he was a pup, and so he's a fucking damn fine dog. I love that dog.
He's a pretty good dog.
He's a damn fine dog. He's a very good dog.
I'll say this: Max has gone through jagged progressions, but
he's ever struggled with is barking. All he's ever really struggled with is barking.
Barking and not coming. Sometimes I'm like, I'm jacking him off forever. I'm jacking him off forever. I'm getting tired.
I mean,
sometimes he doesn't come when you call him.
Sometimes he doesn't come immediately.
To me, that's like the mark of a good dog. Yeah. A dog that just is receptive to orders.
I mean, I give him a pretty good amount of leeway, and I'm like, as long as you stay within like 100 feet of me, we're chill.
Because Max is older, and now that he's older, he literally can't hear. Dog.
He literally can't hear now too. So a lot of times when I'm calling him, he literally just can't hear.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, I can walk up behind him. I can have been calling his name. I'll walk up behind him and touch him and I'll go, whoa!
Oh no!
And like turn around and he's like, what the fuck?
And that's like literally one of dog's superpowers.
Yeah.
They can hear so well.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna say one quick thing if I may.
Sure.
So the other, like maybe like a couple months ago, because I've known Max since he was a puppy. I've known Max his entire fucking life.
I know what you're gonna say.
I come in to the driveway. Max is laying in the fucking. He's laying because he lays like a dead vulture sometimes.
Yeah. It looks like he got dropped out of an airplane from like 150 feet and he just died on it.
So he's laying like this, and I'm like, I know he's not dead because obviously, like I've seen this time and time again. I come up.
One of these times.
I just have this nice moment with Max. I'm like, oh, he's a good old dog, you know, circle of life. Sometimes fucking he kind of brings his head laboriously up a lot. He's kind of enjoying the pets. I'm petting him. I'm loving him. My hands are all dirty. He's an outside dog. I'm just like, that's okay. I'm having this nice moment with Max. I love him. He's a good pup. I look down. He has the weirdest blob, like an exclamation point, of this weird fucking pussy, semen-y, jizzy. It's like green. It looks like a big green booger on the tip of his dick. Imagine the exclamation point. Dick and then point. That's what it is. Oh, they're connecting like some fonts.
Changed him forever. Changed.
Forever. It's not that I like Max any less. I'm way more hesitant to touch him.
Yeah, sure.
I admire Max from afar. I just love his head region.
Dog.
I don't want to make him come.
An adjustment. There's an adjustment period for older animals. They get fucked up, and it does.
I know.
Like it takes me time to adjust to that too.
Oh, okay, I see.
You know, but I'm fully adjusted.
You know all about. I'm gonna get some
cum on my hands. There's gonna be some piss some places. Like you just have to get over it. I mean, we clean if he's leaking, we clean our floors immediately.
Yeah. He'd be leaking sometimes.
2 days ago, like once every week or two,
yeah.
He just has like I think he has like a UTI that comes like very occasionally.
It looked green.
Yeah.
It looked like green, like that yellow green, like when you're sick, like phlegm, like boogers when you're sick.
Oh man, two stories that make us feel sick at the same time.
Hey, and what say you? Which dog story did you like better? Forcible dog rape or dog?
Sickly dog.
Dog cum from innocuous touching.
Do we have any?
Can that be our next T-shirt? Sickly dog cum from innocuous touching.
Sickly dog come from innocuous touching. That's a really good one, and I think we could make our own. I think we could make our own dog cum, you know, and like you know how people make fake puke, you know, you like kind of mix up the. We can make our own thing, and then maybe
we'll put that
in
a squirt gun.
Animate it. Put that in a squirt gun.
Sickly
I feel
dog
like
cum,
if you're gonna put it in a squirt gun, though, you just gotta actually harvest the sickly dog cum.
Yeah, that's fine.
Know?
That's
but
fine.
then you have a
we know people in vet med. We'll figure it out.
We will figure this out. We will figure this out. I have had a lot of sick animals over the year. I've made some good friends with. I've actually just made enemies in vet. In the veterinary
You've been to a lot of different vets. You've been to like 4 or 5 different vets around here. A lot of different
vets, and it must be me because. It must be me or my animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have tragically bad luck with animals.
I do have tragically bad luck with animals.
And this is like he will go the distance for a sick animal. He will go the distance and then go the distance back. He had a cat that had like a weird fucking heart thing, and eventually
stroke.
Okay, sorry, I had a stroke.
For some reason, a thrombal saddle thrombus.
This cat had like 10% chance of survival.
Yeah, 10% chance of survival.
It survived, and then for the following like 2 to 3 months, they had to shave its ass and leave it in like a playpen and like let it kind of walk around sometimes where it was just like shit bleeding from its fucking groin area and like just like making a slug sheen.
But yeah, there was kind of
a weird slug sheen.
Basically, we had to bathe our cat like every day for like 3 months.
And he didn't bat a fucking eye.
He didn't. You know
what? He hemmed and hawed, but he didn't bat no fucking eyes.
I did good, but when I had a glove on and was literally cleaning shit out of my cat's vagina, I did bat my eyes. I did bat my eyes. It felt fucking wrong.
But
I did not feel good about
with
that.
With a smile on your face.
Well, and here's the
not
thing.
because you were enjoying it.
She recovered mobility in her back legs. She regained control over her bladder and her sphincter. Like, she recovered, and she had another, like, 6 to 8 good months.
Was it good months?
It was good months,
Was it good months?
Yeah, it was about 3 months of
No, hey, listen, I'm singing your praises here. I'm just wondering, was it really that good of a time?
She could like jump up on the couch. She could go out. She went outside. She could climb trees again. Yeah, she had like 6 good months. Rehabilitator.
Don't come at me.
Crow.
I'm singing your praises right now.
I'm gonna fucking come at you when you respond the way that you did, and that's okay.
And you
need to accept that.
Oh my God!
Yeah, you need to accept that.
Christ.
Thank you for the praises.
Yeah,
thank you for the praises.
I've been singing them E flat.
I appreciate your singing. Your E flat was a little flat.
Wow. Okay, now he's trying to fucking harm me. At least 3 killed in stabbing, carjacking rampage in California cities of San Jose and Milpitas. This is breaking news from today, folks. This literally just happened today.
You know, when do you get to call it a rampage?
Well, I mean,
is 3 a rampage?
I think 2 is an incident, 3 is a rampage.
For me, 2 is an incident, 3 to like 5 or 6 is something else, and then like 7+ is a rampage.
Here's what I'm gonna say. If you're just out there stabbing, I agree with those numbers.
Okay.
If you're also carjacking
and traveling,
you're upping the ante. Yeah. Like once you involve a motor vehicle, a rampage sort of initiates.
It vibes.
You know?
On that note, god damn, did you guys fucking love Rampage?
What's Rampage?
The fucking game?
I'd never played Rampage.
What the fuck? I want to punch you right in your fucking face.
Not only do I not,
fucking punch you in your face.
I've never even heard of it. I've never even heard of it.
Scum.
Sounds fucking stupid.
You are fucking scum.
Sounds like a bitch ass little game.
You watched your dog get raped.
Oh.
And did. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That Pitbull went on a rampage.
That Pitbull went on a rampage.
Yeah.
That
oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
I
don't put coats on my kid, and I.
It was more
and I tortured
for
my
that
cat
Pitbull. It was a ram pooch.
Ooh.
Because he was raping my dog.
Ramming the pooch.
He was ramming my dog's pooch.
So Rampage is a game where you're a big giant monster and you climb up buildings and you're like fucking eating people and there's like helicopters bombing you.
Is this where you get to be Venom?
Not Venom.
Okay.
No, you can be like 4 monsters. Okay. We're literally gonna play Rampage.
Okay, because I played Ultimate Spider-Man where you got to be Venom.
Were you climbing up buildings and punching holes in it and pulling people out of the buildings?
Yeah, I don't know if you were eating them, but you could do a lot of stuff.
And so in Rampage, you can heal by eating people. So you're constantly trying to fucking smash.
Oh, that's your fuel.
Pull them out of
That's nice. What platform was it? What game?
I think it was on a couple, but it was definitely on Sega Genesis, and I think it was definitely on Nintendo. Yeah, bust it out.
Yeah.
If any of y'all played Rampage and got pop the fucking big 3-foot boner for it, please pop.
So Tyler's looking for folks to talk about Rampage, and he's also looking for folks to talk about the Ren and Stimpy SNES game.
Yeah, Ren and Stimpy on SNES. Did any of you fucking play Ren and Stimpy on the fucking Sega Genesis?
God damn, total destruction.
Rampage, total destruction.
Kind of reminds me of King Kong, but I guess it's not.
I mean, it's very much like a King Kong style.
There's Godzilla too. There's Godzilla. He's stepping on Godzilla as to assert dominance.
There were like 4 characters, and the cool thing was it was a co-op game, so you could have 4 people playing, and you could either be teammates and work together or fight each other and kill each other.
This is kind of bringing some stuff back.
You may have played this.
I think I may have played Rampage.
And some of the buildings are bouncy. You bounce up on the buildings, and if you stomp on them a bunch, they'll collapse.
1986.
Like dropping I know.
Is when it came out on the fucking
1986. Whoa.
God damn. It's so crazy, like just all the iterations of culture that we're just such a fucking flash.
Yeah. It feels so long, feels so slow, it's so fast.
Like 7
It's so fast.
Like okay, this was 5 years before either of us were born. There was people just eating pizza, playing Rampage, trying to cop a feel, being 15. There was 40-year-olds being like, "Oh, Rampage, that's fucking stupid. These kids,
There's
so much. It's just. I don't know. I don't know what the feeling is, but sometimes when you just see how much culture existed before you,
the whole
it's so
world
insane.
Existed and will exist before you were here and after you're dead. And 99.9 to the 100th power of it, you will never experience. Yeah. It's realizing. I think the feeling is realizing that you know a billionth of a percent of what's actually going on.
Yeah.
And even that billionth of a percent of what's actually going on is a billionth of a percent of what's gone on.
Yeah.
Like it's literally just
pared down to the point where it's microscopic.
Yeah, like it's you can't understand what that means, but sometimes you can feel it in a deep way.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
I felt that. I feel that now, and then I also felt that the other day when I was watching like a live performance of a song from, I can't remember what the song was, but it was like a live performance in like 1977. So it's like shitty, grainy quality. and it's like a big like theater, and the guy singing the song, and the crowd just like erupts because they know the song, and I was just like, okay, so it's 1977. This song has enough cachet to have affected everybody's life significantly.
Yeah.
He's playing it live, and everyone's going fucking bananas for it. Oh, also, this was 21 years before I was born.
Yeah.
Like, I just, something about that was so humbling. I was just like, fucking,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. 1977. Good for you for having good times back then. You know?
Yeah, it's like a kind of an intangible. It's like
I can't even grasp
it's just
it.
like it's just kind of a general like what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like what how can everything be? How can everything be?
How can everything be? Yeah.
It's too much.
Well, and then this guy's stabbing a bunch of people in Milpitas.
And that's where I would say he's not even stabbing a bunch of people.
He's not even. He's. You know what? I rescind. He's not. He's not even on a rampage.
He's not on a rampage.
He's not even on. He's fucking.
I see
he's
your
barely
point.
doing shit.
I see your point that he got a car and that does lend towards the rampage, but maybe for me that takes it from a 7 killings to 5.
Well, okay. So in the grand scheme, then are these mass shootings? Are they even rampages? Or is like true rampage like what happened in Beirut? Is that the only thing that gets to be a rampage?
For me, and this is arbitrary, and maybe I need to think about this and pray about this on my own time.
Pray, ponder.
But I feel like 7+ is a rampage.
7+?
If I had to put a number on it.
Okay.
7, like, maybe not even necessarily killings, but like 7 extreme injuries to killings.
Yeah.
That's when you're on a rampage.
Okay. For some reason, I just thought of a random thing when you were like, we were working for the tugboats, and you were like making a bunch of food, and you were like... Yeah, I like to add ingredients, but I say no more than 5 ingredients. You were like spouting this like cooking philosophy, and you were like, and I could just tell it was just this total arbitrary
Completely
number.
Off the fucking...
I say no more than 5 ingredients.
Man, I got turned into a cook on that boat, and I was not a good cook.
You were a fine cook.
Thank you.
I didn't eat the most with you because we were on different crews mostly, but when you cooked...
Okay,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, although I remember one time you made a beautiful meatloaf, and Caleb didn't like meatloaf.
No, not he didn't like meatloaf. He actually really liked meatloaf.
Oh, but he had an incident where he couldn't eat meatloaf.
2 of his relatives had eaten meatloaf and died within 6 hours. So on a spiritual, philosophical level, he would not eat meatloaf because he was sure he would die within 6 hours.
Smells good though.
He literally was like, I actually really like meatloaf and I'm sorry, but I can't eat it.
Cool. What about like?
So I had to go make a second fucking dinner.
But you had a shit ton of meatloaf.
I did have a bunch of.
And this boy loves meatloaf.
It's like one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
A good meatloaf. And here's where people fuck up on the meatloaf. I mean, there's a lot of ways to fuck up on meatloaf. You need it to be moist enough. You need to have enough eggs. You need to have more breading than you think. In my opinion.
That makes sense.
But the glaze, do not fucking skimp on your glaze, folks.
Ketchup,
needs
right?
To be
a lot
enough,
of ketchup.
Needs to be enough ketchup.
It's like ketchup and brown sugar or something, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you don't have enough brown sugar, it's not going to glaze right. And you want it to cook down. You want it to cook, like, you want like 90% of the moisture out of that ketchup so that it is a solid. It is a part of the meat.
Well, and then you want enough breadcrumbs that you don't have a soppy fucking sloggy mess.
Exactly.
You want a firm loaf of meat.
But if you get that glaze right and you get that meat to bread ratio right, you're going to do just fine.
Okay, moving forward from meatloaf, these are just pieces of meat that were stabbed. And suspect, now because they're dead. I'm so sorry, folks. Suspect is in custody after allegedly stabbing 3 people, 3 pieces of meat, striking 3 others with a car. That's 6 people injured.
Oh, 6 people injured. He's almost to a rampage.
Oh, fuck. God damn. Well, he's also harming himself in his own future, so that's kind of 7. The proverbial 7? I don't know.
I mean, if you think about the damage caused to his family.
Oh my god. Well, and then their families. Maybe a rampage.
Maybe what we can say is this is an emotional, psychological rampage, certainly, and potentially a rampage.
Rampage light?
Rampage light.
Rampage beta?
Rampage beta.
Something like
rampage
that?
Cuck page.
It all started Thursday. That was yesterday. Afternoon in San Jose when the suspect stabbed a person during a carjacking. So they were like, all right, I got to get this car. I'm going to stab. It's going to end there. The person suffered life-threatening injuries. That fucking sucks. The suspect then drove to a shopping center and attempted to carjack another vehicle. How are you going to stab? How are you going to drive 2 vehicles?
So he's not in his right. He's not thinking straight.
He's literally GTAing right now.
He's GTAing.
He's literally GTAing.
Is this fun for him? And so I also want to ask though,
stabbing another person in the process who also suffered life-threatening injuries. Okay, go ahead.
So Why you gotta stab him? Like, I feel like if you get the door open and you have the knife, you're just like, get out of the car, and they're like, absolutely. Right? Absolutely. I am fine. This is your vehicle now.
Well, okay, so maybe you stabbed the first one. You're not thinking. The second time, you've got a little bit.
Maybe this guy's like, I'm in a hurry. I can't deal with this shit right now. I'm late to my orthodontist.
I'm late to my orthodontist. I can't afford the toll lane. If I get pulled over, I'm going to have to stab the officer. Then that's a whole fucking
So is this another act of criminalizing poverty?
I think it might be. I feel bad. We should start a GoFundMe for this gentleman.
We should start a GoFundMe
and his
for
legal
this
defense.
And his orthodontist.
So then...
Orthodontists aren't cheap.
They're not fucking cheap. Basically, he was in the shopping center, attempted to carjack the other person, stabbed them, did that carjacking, the second one. While fleeing that second carjacking, he struck a pedestrian in that shopping center, and that person's injuries, weren't life-threatening. Okay. They just had like a broken coccyx or something. That's fine. Later, the suspect apparently struck 2 pedestrians intentionally near an intersection, killing them. He's like, I didn't get the last one. I'm going to make these 2 count. The suspect was hiding... in the neighboring city of Milpitas, the person was fatally stabbed in a parking lot of a warehouse at a grocery store. Then the suspect fled again. Before the police arrived, he was caught hiding in a nearby residential neighborhood and was taken into custody without incident.
How do you go down without incident?
I know. He's like, I did it all for the boys in blue. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you out here doing your job.
How do you go? I mean, what is the guy? I always want to get a fucking manifesto from these people.
Yeah, right.
Give us a fucking manifesto, for God's sakes.
We feel comfortable that there's no ongoing threat to the public, an Aponte police officer said. Aponte described the unidentified suspect to reporters as an adult male. Okay. Big surprise.
Wait, hey, you know what? They didn't ping white or black on this one.
Hey, that's...
They didn't ping any whites or blacks in this one. What news station? This is CBS.
I imagine he was black. So they were just like, he's just an adult male.
Okay.
We don't know.
We're not casting aspersions.
He added that police were investigating whether other crimes may have been committed during the rampage. Yeah, that's a good likelihood.
That feels pretty fucking rampagey. After reading the article, that does... The vehicle does add a certain element. He's going here, he's going there, he's going there, he's going there. And can you just imagine being the police for this?
Oh my God.
It's gotta be... or one of the 2 pedestrians that got hit by a guy going 65 miles an hour.
Right.
That's also not fun.
Well,
God, this is a really good fucking... This is a really good Italian
mocha?
tea. This is a really good mocha. Badoosh!
Well, totally. It's like, I'm late for my orthodontist.
I'm late for my...
But dude, you got no teeth. You got no teeth in jaw.
No teeth.
You don't need no fucking orthodontist help.
No orthodontist, no.
So I wanna let us marinate on this, but I've got one finishing story here for us, and it's just to remind folks that crime has no address. Okay, it's not just fuck
That's
city.
Really nice. I love
it's
that.
not fuck city just here in the U.S. 2 women brutally killed by a man wielding a 12-inch knife that's 1 foot, folks, in Plaza Hollywood, and this, of course, is overseas. Where did it say? These are Asian folks. I think it was in Hong Kong. Where's Plaza Hollywood?
I mean,
God
I would
damn.
have guessed that it was in Hollywood.
I know
myself, but apparently it's not.
I saw the link and I thought it was Hong Kong mall murders. Okay,
Hong Kong.
If it's in Hong Kong, I would love for you to just fucking say Hong Kong.
It's just so distressing.
Say Hong Kong in the fucking title, you goddamn inept title writers.
We talked about it a little bit, probably 2
Holy
or 3
shit!
weeks ago.
Oh my God! This is what I like about the Standard./HK. They show real footage. Oh my God! Oh my God! Imagine this man stabbing you with a 12-inch knife. Imagine him stabbing you.
That's an active.
That
stabbing.
Is so fucked to literally see.
That's almost too much. It's almost too much.
But I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. And this woman...
It makes you realize how big a 12-inch knife is,
Yeah,
too.
This woman's like, I'm going to go ahead and lock the door to the tchotchke shop. She's like, I'm going to go ahead and lock that door.
He's not getting these tchotchkes
He's
on
not
my
getting
watch.
these tchotchkes. Because they're open. Bitch, turn that sign to closed.
Turn that sign to closed.
Oh, my God. If it's brown, lie down. And he is a fucking man with a big brown knife.
Yeah, stabbings maybe are the worst kind of
Yeah.
The worst.
Well, and so that's the other thing I was gonna say is shooting. That's bad. But this guy's the rampage guy. He was stabbing, then carjacking.
Yeah, it's a rampage.
Stabbing is
Brotherwife is weighing in. It's a rampage.
It's a rampage. Hey, we did not give any fucking like. We did the research. We did due diligence. We did due diligence there. Do you want to dive into this, or do you have any personal things you want to say?
You know, I guess once I stabbed a friend with a stick through the cheek, that's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Didn't feel good. Yeah. It was very scary.
I remember we talked about that. Yeah. These are a 22-year-old woman, 26-year-old woman, brutally killed by a 39-year-old man with a 12-inch knife.
You know, you can, anytime you've got a stabbing killing, you can definitely add brutally to it.
Yeah.
And I think they kind of do that.
Well, dude, I mean, you're not, like, when you're stabbing and you're in a stab state of mind, you're not just like, oh, one will do.
Yeah.
You're like flurry stabbing until you can make sure they're actually dead.
Yeah.
So it's like, sometimes people are getting stabbed like 20 times.
Yeah, I
read
times. I read a story about a guy who, and this blew my fucking mind, a guy who killed himself by stabbing himself in the chest 39 times.
Fuck!
Yeah.
God damn!
And that was like...
39?
That is like...
You have to be on hard drugs. You have to be on hard drugs.
Yeah, you gotta be on hard drugs or...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24,
do all of them. 30, 31, 32,
okay,
33,
yeah,
34,
I can't even count
38,
that
39.
fast. I can't even count that fast. That's
a lot of stabs. That's like some serious... The pity is, with that much commitment, what good thing could he have done in the world?
Right.
If you can persevere 39
if he could have done 30 good, if he could have made 30 people smile.
Just that energy.
If he could have made 30 children laugh.
We gotta figure out how to turn all this psychotic energy into positive energy, folks.
Oh my gosh.
And I think the answer is either definitely ketamine or definitely not ketamine. And I'm not sure which. Can somebody chime in? Have we tried giving people that are on shoot? I've been a big fan, and I think I might actually at some point try and design this and have it. But a ketamine blow dart gun. A ketamine blow dart gun. Like, here's the thing: it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. It sounds like you shouldn't do that.
They must have those for horses.
They probably, right? Why would you not? Yeah. Why would you want to get right?
Because I hear it is really, really difficult to work with horses if you're trying to help them. No, but she knows people.
But we know. I mean, John's wife. John's wife. Yeah.
Dear sweet John Gonzalez and his lovely wife.
She got straight.
I don't know how much we can talk about it.
Yeah, that's true.
But she got fuck city by a horse, and the thing is with an animal when you're trying to help them, to them you're fucking with them.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You're fucking with them.
In their reality,
you're fucking.
You're a demon. You're an assailant. You are a monster. It's
absolutely.
You're fair fucking game.
You're fair fucking game.
Like if I was right next to you and you didn't know me and I was like, I'm gonna slip this in.
I can't just imagine that. Oh, he's probably gonna help me. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt.
This is great. Oh, he just stabbed me with a fucking quarter-inch thick
needle. Oh, that's fine. I'll be chill. I'll totally be chill.
I'm sorry. We're gonna. Yeah, Max.
Oh, I can hear every single animal within the fucking 6 feet radius.
They're all screeching.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool.
That's probably cool.
It smells like death and anesthetic.
Oh, I can't see the person's features because it's covered by a mask and they're fucking.
They gave me knockout drugs before this, and I feel like I'm on fucking
ketamine. Living as an animal. Not good. It's not fucking good.
Living as an animal. Don't stab people. If you're capable of stabbing yourself 39 times, do 39 really cool things instead.
Do 39 really fucking cool things.
Fucking cool things. And then if you still want to stab yourself
eat 39
times,
pieces of chocolate.
Yeah!
And call us in the morning.
Do 39,
We're here for it.
39 heroic doses of ketamine.
Absolutely.
I really want some hard science on that.
We are approaching our time here because we never once have gone over 110.
Don't mention that, though. Instead of doing that, let's just cut into what do we want them to do. So, folks, we are on YouTube. We are pumping it out, please.
We are pumping it out, please.
Please go to our shit. Please like, follow, subscribe. Please. The best thing you could ever do is honestly share and try and get people to join us on the Brew.
Holy fuck. Just share if you could. Baby. Also, one thing just announced. Literally July 15th.
Bird Bones.
We are playing the Skylark in West Seattle, an amazing venue.
Beautiful venue.
We're playing with Bird Bones.
Wonderful band.
Oh my god, they are releasing an EP and we are so excited.
We are so excited.
We are so excited. We're so excited. That is what they need to do. Release an EP because I've been fiending for some music, baby.
Fiending for
and they
some
are
Bones of the
finally
Bird.
delivering on what the people need, and it's gonna be what the people want. So do not sleep on that Bird Bones EP coming out.
Fucking
July
folks,
15th.
check out our socials. We'll be releasing all those dates. We've got another show coming up here.
We got another
soon.
show. We're making a reel.
Planning a live stream.
We've got a Spotify. The Brew with Brotherwife on Spotify.
We are on Spotify. Please check it out.
Listen.
Please check it out. We're trying to pop off. We want to read some host read ads, and it's going to take some time. We're also going to do a benefit sometime next year.
We are going to do a benefit. I have great news. Yes. I have earth-shattering news.
We're
going to do the Bennies with Benny. The Bennies and Bennies with Brotherwife. It's a benefit that only serves breakfast, and it's with Brotherwife. It is a variety show. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fulfilling. It's going to be a great cause. It's going to